Hello, everyone. Let's get Friberto into frame because he is being a butt. I moved his pineapple because he's getting a new bed, regardless of whether he likes it or not. So I'm trying to get him used to not being in the well, never mind. He's gonna be 800 pounds in the pineapple. It's just that's what's gonna happen. There's just no help for it. Oh, well. Nope. Oh, for the no. Okay, well, you get to see my messy room. Would you stop, you stupid thing? As per usual, our tech skills are top notch here at the Duct Tape and Holy Water Productions. And why isn't Rumble going? No idea. I have no clue. It's showing on here. It says I am live. On Rumble, it says nothing. Oh, now it's going. Okay, I give up. Christine, I will have to I will have to check. I have not checked my emails just yet, but I will check in a little bit because apparently we need to have a Auntie Mo explains life. So there was a girl on the Twitters who apparently got a nose job so her children would have better noses. Now, obviously, this is not going to work. And apparently, I have been elected to tell her. So, Auntie Mo explains it all, probably Friday afternoon. Send your whiteboard of truth, not sugar coated, will be used as always. Welcome, Sally Bischoff. Welcome, Christine. And I will get and look at your notes. Thank you for sending them. I did get a new Proton email. I will put that up so I have a dedicated Mo in the Deep End site so I don't mistake anything for junk mail because usually that's all I get in my regular thing. Welcome, Eris. Thank you for doing the Modly things. Old Line Red, Snivels, Murph Turf. Let's see. Yes, everyone is here and we are ready for some news. Oh, Botox would be wonderful, but I'm afraid I would just probably end up with resting silly face or I want the eyebrows like the no wire hanger eyebrows. That's what I want. I want people to be very afraid of my eyebrows. Oh, Lord. I'm not a biologist. I am not a scienceologist. We're not trying to nuke my channel, just explanate the world. Welcome, Jungle Minx. In our first story, in Hard Pass and Give This Woman a Medal of Honor and a Battle of Bravery, medal. I think she can get a Purple Heart, I'm pretty sure. Parents welcome a 14-pound baby. No, woman survived a 14-pound baby. I fixed it for you. There you go. The largest on record since 2010, quote, everyone was making bets. Mom previously had a big baby that was 13 pounds, her doctor told Fox News Digital. That is not a baby. That is a freaking toddler. And those are some big-headed boys. Holy no and no. Okay. So a family welcomed a bouncing baby boy last month, born nearly twice the size of an average baby. I thought my 10-pounder was cray. No, ma'am. No. Sir, she better have all the very nice wine, and then you better stay the heck away from her. Look, I can count. That's 5. You keep her away from the moonshine. I know how this things happen, okay? It's a Memorial Day, you're feeling fine, you're celebrating someone's 40th birthday. This is how you get number 6. I'm just saying. You stay away from Memorial Day and moonshine, ma'am. Uh, oh, it was dumbfounding. Proud father Chance Aries of Cambridge, Ontario, told Fox News Digital, "Sir, again, the fact that you are still alive shows the grace and wonderfulness of mothers and women of all generations." Because there might be a whole lot of unexplained tragedy. I know he's so squishy. I just want to go squish, 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 squish. But I didn't have to birth him, so I'm all for it, but no. It quote, "It was a mind-blowing experience," he said, "the way the doctors and nurses were cheering. It was like a Toronto Maple Leafs, winning the Stanley Cup." I guess that's a sports thing. Yeah, the dad looks way too proud of himself. "Sir, you donated a sperm. She done grew that baby, apparently gave it Miracle Grow and human growth hormones, and so my middle son, my only winter baby, the the one baby I was looking forward to because I got all the hats and cute little owl outfit for him to wear home, he was born almost 10.5 pounds with a giant head. My mom had to go get 3-month clothes for him, okay? And I tried to put the little hat on his head. I had to just put it on top of the little bassinet. And he looked just like the little Michelin Man. It was so sad. Sonny Ayres, the 5th child of Chance and Brittany Ayres, was born via C-section. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. On October 23rd at Cambridge Memorial Hospital, weighing 14 pounds 8 ounces, he was 55 centimeters long. Good night, nurse. I never thought in a million years he'd be 14.5 pounds, Chance Aries said. Everyone was making bets about how big he was going to be, even the doctors and nurses, but Sonny exceeded everyone's expectations, even though 2 of his siblings had been born over 14 pounds. Ma'am, you need to stay the hell away from your husband. Look, I know I should not throw any stones. I have a wholly glass house. But, ma'am, you are going to end up with 14-pound twins if you don't stay away from your husband. As I said, well, you're Canadian, so you may get away from Memorial Day. But if there is a Festivus Day and there is moonshine, you stay the hell away from your husband, okay? Take it from a sister who knows. Not that I don't love my youngest, most feral, but he also wasn't 14, 15 pounder, okay? Just saying. It was a C-section. When they actually said 14.8, we just all kind of stopped and stared at each other, and then next thing you know, it was like, "Wow, this is crazy," the data 5 added. The average weight for a full-term baby is between 7 pounds 2 ounces and 7 pounds 6 ounces, according to the CDC and the Prevention for Health Statistics. Look, 14 pounds is a hell no for me, alright? Apparently, this is her doctor. I've had the honor of looking after Brittany and delivering her the last 3 children. Dr. Asa Asahimbwe. Look, y'all, I done made an international incident. An obstetrician and gynecologist at the Cambridge Memorial Hospital told Fox News Digital she previously had a big baby that was 13 pounds, 14 ounces, and we knew that this baby would also be a big one. We just didn't expect that he'd be this big. Yeah, no, 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 ma'am. Uh, he confirmed that when Sonny was born, everyone in the operating room cheered and was surprised. When the baby tipped the scale, it became real that he indeed was a big boy. The heaviest birth on record for a newborn, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, is 22 pounds. It was the husband born alive? Was the husband still alive? That baby was born in a home in Seville, Idaho on January 19th, 1879. The baby, who is not officially named, was referred to as Babe, died just 11 hours later. Now, my guess in that one, and look, I know, like, house levels of medicine, so meaning I watch House, but I have been pregnant many times. So, my guess is that was an undiagnosed case of, gestational diabetes because basically all the blood sugar from the mom goes directly into the baby, so babies can get very, very big. But that's just my unqualified random lady on the internet guess, so take that with 100 pounds of salt and then, you know, throw it out the window pretty much. I have not delivered such a big baby before, and I've not seen one delivered even through my training, her doctor said. So, uh, Born Better Outcomes Registry and Network is a provincial perinatal newborn and child registry that helps facilitate equal care and or equal and quality care for families across Ontario, Canada. Quote, a search of this registry by Cambridge Memorial Hospital staff went far back as 2010. Sal, I'm having an Auntie Mo Explains It All Friday stream, probably in the afternoon. Send all questions. When a mom and dad really love each other and there's a Memorial Day party and your husband's turning 40 and you have access to moonshine, um, that's how a lot of things happen, like thinking Mo can dance. Well, Mo thinks she can dance. Look, there's a graduated timeline. We'll need the whiteboard of truth, unfortunately. All right. So, we're not proud of this, but the timeline of Mo drinking goes drink. We go from tipsy to thinks we can dance, captions no, we cannot. Then we go to, well, conception, not anymore. And then we go to nappy time. So, really, there's like a 10 to 15-minute window here between tipsy. Well, there's about a 3-hour window between tipsy, nappy, and conception. But that's kind of how things go or used to go for Mo. Now heck, I can drink wherever I want to now. There, there's no stopping me now. I can have a new hobby. But yeah, this look at that. Those are some cheeks. Holy cow. Uh so according to this article, Brittany did not have diabetes during this pregnancy. She simply makes giant babies. Oh, that is such a squishy. Oh, it's like when you see a newborn and you want one, and then you remember that they don't sleep at night, and then you hand them back, and you're like, oh, yeah, that was nice to hold. Have good luck with that. See you in 2 years. In other moms behaving badly after mom who needs a freaking purple heart, apparently, I told a mom she can't change her baby's diaper on the cafe counter right next to me, and she flipped out. This was courtesy of my Mo Schmo kind of channel on the MLS Discord. So if you are a member of the MLS Discord, I have a little all the way down, if you scroll all the way down through all the channels, there is a Most Mo kind of thing, and if you find crazy stories and you don't wanna fiddle with, emailing them to me, and you are a member, this is where I got this story. This is gross. You do not change babies on a counter I don't know why I would have to say this. Welcome, Melissa Jane. I didn't think I'd have to say this, but of course I do. Mel, not her real name, was frequenting a local cafe as she always does on the way home from the gym. It's a smallish place where you can order things like sandwich smoothies, acai bowls, and salads. On this particular afternoon, she had an encounter with another customer that left her completely mortified. She explains the layout of the cafe for context, saying there are 5 tables and a counter with 3 stools in the front section and another counter and 2 tables in the back. Uh, let's see here. The woman continued to explain to an advice forum, quote, "When I got there, everything up front was occupied, so I ordered and went and sat down at the counter in the back." So she's in the back of the little cafe, just sitting there, hanging out, waiting for her food, probably gonna eat more than she burned off at the gym, but, you went to the gym, and there you go. That's what I would do, because I would go to the gym and say, "You know what? I can have that brownie." That would be old me. I'm trying not to be old me, but I'm just saying, it's a cool trap to fall into. Other than me, there were 2 women at one of the tables. Not long after the waiter brought over her food, a woman who'd been at a table walked to the counter at the back carrying her baby in a big cloth bag. The original poster writes, quote, "She put the bag on the counter right next to me and spread out some kind of mat. It hit me what she was planning to do, so I very politely said, quote, 'If you need to change the baby, there's a restroom right behind you.' And she said, 'Yes, but there's no changing table and I don't want to put the mat on the floor. It will get dirty.'" Really? Look, the places that I have had to change a diaper, in all of my 6 children mileage, none of them included a counter where someone else was eating because I am not a frickin' barbarian. Alrighty, let's let's go let's bring out the whiteboard. People are about to make me lose my mind. Miss Mother of the Year, where do you think that your, ancestors decided to change their babies? It's called the ground. It's called if you put the little kid on the ground maybe once in a while, kids wouldn't be allergic to every damn thing. 'Cause, we sanitize and overprotect our children, and now they are allergic to the freaking air. Okay, but here, if this is the bathroom, you simply put that mat on top of paper towels that you get from the dispenser, you giant dingbat. You do not go next to someone's coffee cup, and I'm guessing that big old brownie, because that would be me if I went to the gym, I'm just saying, you do not put your baby's bunghole near someone else's food. That's a no-go. No, no home training. If you are that Twitter-pated, you know what you do? You pack an extra mat, okay? Or you take a baby receiving blanket, you put it on the ground. See, I always had an extra receiving blanket, an extra outfit because that's just what you pack. But you need an extra receiving blanket, and then you put the mat on top of that, and then your baby's ass is right here. So you've got double, almost triple layer. I cannot. You are just redonkulous. There's no reason for that. Your baby is not, unless your baby is the golden child foretold of in the Eddie Murphy movie, I don't wanna see its bunghole, okay, when I'm eating. This woman done just went to the gym, and now she has to deal with your dumb-dumbness. I hope I demystified this for her. My response was, "Please do not change your baby's diaper on the counter where I'm eating my lunch." Again, still being polite. I don't want to look at or smell that while I'm eating. Jesus wept. The mom then launched into a rant saying, quote, "It's a baby. Do you expect her to stay in a wet nappy because you don't like where I change her? Miss, Miss Mom of the Year, come here. Gonna need you to come down right to the front of the class. I'm a veteran mom here. Do you wanna know how many times I have had to roll out the, like, grody towel that I found something, made a bed of, the paper towel things on some of these gross things to change a baby, or even tried to hold a baby and change them while holding them because everything was gross? Do you know what in the let's see, I was pregnant for 6 years. I nursed for another 7 if you total it all up, and never once did I, assault someone with little ding-dongs or little hoo-has in their face while they were eating, because I am not a ruffian. I may be hill folk and hillbilly and a little bit country, but oh my god, that is the most hill jack white trash redonkulousness I have ever heard of. Anywho, so let's continue. Uh, the mom got even more worked up, saying anyone could see inside the restaurant from the street, and how could you do that to a baby? For the love of all that is Cheetos. The OP then decided to get the waitstaff involved, who ended up telling her she could not change the nappy on the counter. No, that's called a health violation. Look, you may think your little baby is the sweetest, most special little snowflake ever, and God love you to you. He or she, or Zimmer Zer is. But does no one else gives a damn when you wanna put that baby's butthole near their food. Okay, I'm glad, Nikki. I thought I was maybe the only one the only one that used Hill Jack. The mom stormed out and threatened to leave a bad review online. Am I the ass for not letting someone change a dirty nappy, on the surface where I was eating my lunch at a restaurant? The woman asked. Quote, "Entitlement is off the charts." So what did the commenters have to say about the cafe nappy change? Quote, "You are not the a-hole here. The level of entitlement from her is off the charts. Her wet baby is your and the restaurant's problem because she didn't wanna lay the mat on the floor? That's insane. The mat is made to keep the baby from touching a surface. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. Then you wash the mat." The top comment with 2,000 likes read. It continued, "And she didn't want to do it at the front table, not because everyone could see into the restaurant, but it's because that's where she was eating. If she wanted privacy, she would have gone to the bathroom. Parents think they're able to do whatever if they want, including getting their pee nappies all over your lunch," someone else wrote. A third claimed, "This is gross and unhygienic. No one wants to eat right next to a baby pee poop." Look, as a parent, yes, even I wouldn't want to. I bet she is tired of changing the nappy on the dining room table. I bet if she tried changing the nappy on a dining room table during a family dinner, she would have gotten the same reaction. Other moms weigh in on the situation. Let's see what they had to say. Then this mom pointed out another reason why she thought the situation was gross. "I have a baby. The fun thing about nappy changes is that babies often pee when you take the nappy off." Yes, they do. Look, especially little boys. I'm going to try to be delicate here, but if their soldier is at attention, do not take that diaper off. All right? That means incoming or just getting done, and you just wait there a second, all right? Something about the cool air on their little bodies. So not only is it disgusting to do a nappy change where there are people eating, but there's a real chance of getting sprayed, including food. Gross in the grossness. Original poster replied saying, "Yes, I'm so glad I didn't know about this then. Polite would have gone right out the window. Look, I may or may not have known this, until I got my first boy, and then he may or may not have peed on Mr. Mo, and I may or may not have been laughing so hard, I could not render aid. I was simply laughing hysterically. He's like, "Help, help," and I was just like, because 'cause I'm 12 and a half. Uh, what I and other moms I know did was take her pram to a quiet corner of the yes, you can change diapers in oh, yes, yes, I was unable to render any aid. I was laughing my boobs off. Your father is lucky to be alive, Salvador. Well, there you go. Let's see, in the actual dystopia, medical science, automaton, crazy mumbo jumbo am I looking at? A controversial tech millionaire says his father, 70 years old, is now biologically 46 thanks to injections of his super blood. Is this how we get vampires? I think this is how we get vampires or cyborgs. Brian Johnson said he slowed his father's rate of aging using his super blood. Did he touch kryptonite? Did he get stuck in a nuclear radiation? I mean, how did he get superpowers? Debbie W. I'm sure you behaved like a loving wife, and you rendered assistance and did not laugh your ever living boobs off like I would have. Yeah, look, I'm not telling you guys this to scare you if you are not parents, but there are poop explosions. There there are things that defy physics and acts of God, and it is just yeah, no, no, I'm not gonna go look, I have suppressed those memories. God made it so that when women smell the newborn baby smell when they're going to baby showers, they forget about poop explosions, you really do. You do. God made it so you smell the newborn smell and you feel the squishiness and you forget the poop explosions. But Imma tell you, it's a thing, and it happens. Let's see. Johnson's 70-year-old father said his rate of aging is slow by about 25 years, he said on X. Sure it is. Look, Flux, I'm gonna level with you. There are some outfits you just throw away. There are some outfits you're just like, "You know what? Just put them in the tub. We're going to the sink. We're going to the sink." But yes, there are all sorts of parenting is the most fun, wonderful, gross, ridiculous, complicated, convoluted, exciting thing you will ever do. But yes, poop explosions defy both a benevolent God and non-Newtonian physics. I don't know. There needs to be a study. I have flashbacks. Just always have an extra outfit and a one of those little grocery plastic bags in a diaper bag, and you will be okay. And holy water, look. Okay, the multimillionaire who is known for his controversial anti-aging treatments said his father was injected with 1 liter of his plasma. Okay, what is it with people injecting family fluids into each other? Last night it was, mom's poo, and now it's son's plasma. Stop injecting family members' fluid into yourselves. Just stop. I swear to God, this is how we're gonna get zombies. Do you want World War Z to happen? I'm telling you now, if we get, like, hyper AIDS, I'm blaming you, dude. I am blaming you. If we get gonorrhea it because of this dude, that I'm gonna go away. I'm just saying. Like, we get hyper, something or other, it's gonna be because of this dude, and I'm gonna be pissed off. Cause look, you know what? I was promised a jetpack. Damn it. I was promised jetpacks and flying cars. Did anyone else see the Jetsons? It was like the world of the future, 2022. Uh, that looks about right. I can't wait to see this word, in the new Mary Poppins. "So you say she had gonorrhea. It won't be, tuppence for birds, it'll be, the street walker of the night who had gonorrhea. Yeah, hoverboards. I mean, we all saw Back to the Future. I wanted holograms, I wanted flying cars, I wanted the Mr. Fusion, and what do we have? We have super plasma and poop transfusions, and I'm like, you know what? I am ticked off. I was lied to. Michael J. Fox, get your hind end in here, and I would like this explained right now. All right, so my super blood reduced my dad's age by 25 years, Johnson said Wednesday in a post on X, formerly Twitter. The multimillionaire who, again, why? So, plasma is obviously the liquid part of the blood. And w- I don't so as far as what he's saying, he says that this is based on assessments of his father's aging in one biomarker, which I'm guessing is the telomeres, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, in his DNA. These are portions of the DNA that slowly get shorter and shorter or more damaged as you age. So if he is able to stop the degradation of telomeres along, consistent generations of cell growth, then that's interesting, but it doesn't seem like he's actually going to share which marker he's using. And the article goes on to say, though biomarkers are a useful tool to hint at what's going on in the body, they are not an accurate measure of the body's aging on their own, lead physician Oliver Zollman previously told Insider. It's not possible to know if from one intervention if this injection could lead to a change in the rate of aging. Johnson passed his plasma to his father about 6 months ago. On the same day, Johnson himself received plasma from his 17-year-old son. Sir, Friberto, no. So Johnson got plasma from his 17-year-old son and gave his dad his old plasma. Y'all, no. I Snivels, I'm right. This is how you get super cancer. This is how y'all, I'm telling you. Uh, uh Though he later said he personally saw no benefit from the procedure, Johnson, who considers himself a quote, professional rejuvenation athlete. What the hell is that? I am a professional sarcasm deliverer. Okay. I'm a professional, sarcasm injector. All right, people. I'm gonna need y'all to stop with these fake made up names. Ruby, oh gosh. Ruby, what's her name, as a life coach, a wellness and happiness coach. Like, whatever. And he has been trying dozens of interventions on himself to see if he can slow agings. Or aging. These range from carefully controlled diets and strict exercise regimens to fat injections and laser treatments. Please tell me you do butthole bleaching too, because I'm sure. Ruby Frankie. There you go. Uh, sir, he is one of those dudes that went out um, during the coof when they said that you had to suntan your behind for health. This dude was out there just hanging out, getting all the UV rays. Oh, Lord. Some clinics in the US are offering injections of plasma from young donors as an anti-aging treatment, but there is, quote, no compelling clinical evidence on its efficacy, the FDA said in 2019. In some circumstances, like wound healing, it may make sense to use a person's own plasma, but the science is quickly evolving, and even then, there's no solid evidence that it could reduce aging, per a post in Johns Hopkins University. Look, y'all, no, look. I want to be Sophia level old and tell everyone every damn thing about themselves. I wanna be in a fabulously bejeweled, jumpsuit, just telling everybody everything I think, which I mostly already do anyways. But, and then everyone's just like, "Isn't she cute? She's so cute." And, just pinch guys on the behind as they go by, and everyone will, it won't be assault, it'll just be being me, being a cute little old woman until I'm no longer allowed to go to that gym. Uh, Speaking of pinching, but God, I hope this woman did not get hurt at all. A female visitor was inadvertently locked in overnight at a California jail. So please, Lord, I hope she was okay. Sheriff deputies did not notice that the woman had fallen asleep in a jail visiting booth. Thank you, Lady Autumn Sky. I totally understand, and I hope it's with earbuds because some of the things are not kid friendly, even though I try not to curse. A woman attempting to visit an inmate last week at the Theo Lacey Detention Facility in Orange was inadvertently locked overnight in a jail cell visiting area, the Orange County Sheriff's Department confirmed. Officials did not disclose the identity of the woman, who was described as being in her 30s. The woman was in the maximum security jail to visit an inmate on Saturday and was directed to a public seating area for the barracks section of the facility. Well, okay, so it seemed like she was uh, you know, do you want a prison break? This is how you get did no one do a head count? Come on now. Confirmed the sheriff's spokesperson, Carrie Braun. Braun said the inmate the woman wanted to see was unavailable and she fell asleep in the visiting booth while waiting. No one noticed the woman when the area was closed at 5 p.m. She was not discovered until the area was reopened the next morning at 8 a.m. Look, God bless a person that can go to sleep at 5 p.m. and stay asleep until 8 a.m. because I have all the insomnias. So I would never be able to sleep. Braun said that the woman was immediately treated for a laceration to her hand, but she would not disclose how the woman sustained a cut. Security cameras inside the waiting area can only be monitored from the guard station inside the room, which was not manned overnight. Braun said there is no cell phone or phone. There She probably had a cell phone, but there is no phone inside the visiting waiting area. The woman was not allowed by state law to bring her cell phone into the jail. There you go. Pure Bachelor Chow from Futurama. JKD Buck. Did we just become best friends? The woman was in an area not freely accessible to inmates. Thank goodness. When I first saw the headline, I was like, "Oh, dear Lord." An internal investigation is underway to determine how the woman was locked inside and whether any procedures or policies need to be changed. Well, maybe a little looky-loo in all the booths would be great. Braun said. One immediate change has already been made. A supervisor must check the area at least once during overnight hours. Additionally, an emergency phone will be installed in the waiting area. This is an unfortunate incident that should have never occurred, Braun said. That sounds about right. That and DFAC food. So if you're in not that the DFAC people, they do a wonderful job. It's just if you like to cook your own food and be in charge of your own seasonings, it's it's not the greatest food. So, they're taking steps to make sure no one else gets, you know, well, unintentionally locked up in a place where you're supposed to be locked up. So, good on you, people. Make sure you lock up the right person. Horse on a plane? Okay. This has to be where is Samuel L. Jackson? I sense a sequel. Sir, I have an idea. Hollywood. That does remind me I have it on my to-do list, but I will remind myself that it's at 1:30 PM because my squirrels have had squirrels covered in glitter and dancing to like, disco music today, so I have written it down and circled it. Thank you, Lucy. A cargo plane returned to JFK Airport after a horse escapes its stall. Pilot dumps 20 tons of fuel. Holy God, that's expensive. Uh, A cargo plane headed from New York's JFK International Airport to Belgium had to return to JFK after a horse escaped its stall and got loose in the hold, according to air traffic control audio. The Boeing 747, operated by Air Atlanta Icelandic, had just started its flight across the Atlantic Ocean on November 9th when the pilot radioed air traffic control in Boston and said that a horse on board had escaped its stall. Quote, "We don't have a problem as of flying wise, but we need to return back to New York," the pilot said, according to the audio obtained by You Can See ATC. "We cannot get the horse back secured." The controller responded, "Roger, you're cleared to Kennedy via radar vectors." Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be my thing. I can't imagine how much money just went ka-chunk. But I'm glad that no one was hurt, I hope, but let's continue. The pilot said that due to the plane's weight, he had to dump 20 tons of fuel before going back to New York. Okay, where do you okay, the controller gave the okay and alerted nearby pilots about a fuel dumping in progress approximately 10 miles west of Martha's Vineyard. I'm sure they are really happy at Martha's Vineyard to be a fuel dumping ground. The controller said he would pass it on. The cargo flight disruption was reported by ABC News, which said the flight landed in Kennedy and took off a short time later and successfully arrived at, I'm gonna say, Liege Airport the next morning, according to Flight Radar 24. So there you are. They finally got Mr. Ed back in his container. He was like, "I'm flying to Mexico." Now, I brought up insomnia, but apparently there may be a sort of trick to help you get to sleep faster, and it's backed by science. It's called cricketing. Now, God, I hope it doesn't involve having crickets noise in the background because someone will get stabulated if I have to listen to crickets. People are not staying silent about cricketing. Some people swear by rubbing their feet together before bed like a cricket to ease themselves into peaceful slumber. Ugh, it involves feet. I don't know. Maybe I'd rather deal with cricket noises. Look, I'm not about the feets. Oh, and just to let you know, that is a senator right there getting a or a judge. Yeah, a judge is getting the old, McNasty, Magic Mike thing in front of everyone. Now, it looks like it's a bachelorette party. Oh, well, it's inside of the courthouse, never mind. Please, dear God, I don't wanna know. Any hoozle, we will be doing that story tomorrow, because nothing says a nooner like a Colombian judge getting a Magic Mike performance in the middle of the day. Now, I will tell you that there will be no mornings with Mo and Fry tomorrow because I have to take some kiddos to, wellness appointments. However, there will be noon, and then there will be the Tim Ferritter stream, and then we will try to get in at least the Spanish, teacher slaying sentencing because I really wanted to do that stream. But let's continue. The term cricket feet has 53.4 million views on TikTok, where sleepyheads have shared videos of themselves touting the technique that leaves them feeling snug as a bug. In one video that has over 17,000 views, a woman named Marissa, look, ma'am, I don't think you have my name, but let's not promote feet stuff, okay? Let's use our name for good. On TikTok, posted a video of herself doing the technique before bed. Ma'am, that foot video is gonna be used for terrible purposes. I mean, allegedly. I'm just saying, feet people are weird. They're fine. I mean, have your feet thing, just don't tell me about it and don't ever show me, and I don't wanna know. Her commenters are rubbing my feet like a cricket before going to bed, text over video read. Her commenters said they did the same thing to fall asleep. OMFG, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, New York Times can sometimes be too puntastic, and then sometimes they hit that real sweet spot with their puns, and it's just I'm telling you, only feet TikTok is only feet for people that don't wanna pay the fee, apparently. Apparently, there is an only feet site. I had no idea. The things I learned from Sal. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. "It's comforting," said another. "Oh, the same, I love it." I no. Look, feet are just wrong. Another TikToker named Kristen from Maine, who goes by Not Your Average Therapist on the platform, boasts over 426 thousand followers, also loves the sleep technique. I just learned about this and realized I did it before. She captioned the video. Her followers also said they rely on the foot rubbing hack to fall asleep fast. You know what? I get a lot stuff done when I'm insomniac, so I think I'm good. That's the only way I'd go to sleep, one wrote. As a kid, when my mom used to tell me I should do this to help me relax and fall asleep, another added. "What's that called? I've always done it. I never realized it was so common," a third chimed in. So apparently it's called cricketing and let's see. Oh god. I don't this no, this isn't this is dumb. Okay. Well, they put something. Several social media users said that cricketing is also a kind of stim, short for self-stimulation. I know well, I've heard of other types of self-stimulation, but I don't know that those are on a different website. Uh, a self-soothing behavior common among people who are neurodivergent, and yes, I know self-stimulation is for those with ADHD or people on the autism spectrum, or even people who just are anxious. I'm very close to revoking our friendship, JKD Buck. I can see that in my mind. Okay. Yeah, can we just call it your feet are touching each other and in grossness and other things? I mean, I'm sure it's great, and experts say this technique has proven benefits, including calming the nervous system and helping your body self-regulate. Likening the habit to acupuncture, Dr. Eileen Lee, a Chinese herbalist and physical therapist, told Bustle that the feet are full of nerve endings and an array of acupressure points that, when stimulated, are known to help regulate and calm your central nervous system. Yeah, I'm taking magnesium right now to see how it works since it's supposed to, if you're low on it, be not so great. So I am taking some magnesium to see. And possibly the best, most Moism title ever. Turns out borrowing a car at gunpoint is illegal. Andy, Kamowitz, we just became best friends. Now, I know you don't know me, but anyone who can title an article, that smartassly, we might just be best friends. Police in Memphis, Tennessee are looking for 2 suspects who stole a 2009 Mercedes-Benz E350, some kind of a sports car, I don't know, at gunpoint last week, only to return it the next day. The victim told officers that 2 men walked up to him at his Park Rose Avenue driveway on November 9th and pointed a gun at him, according to the Memphis Police Department on Facebook. I know, it's like we learn new things every day. I'm happy that Newsy News is teaching us all the things we never knew we needed to know. Borrowing a car at gunpoint is not on the legalese part. What if you are if you are a traveler in search of a land boat that you can appropriate pro per? Is that lawful law? Uh, So they apparently stuck him up at gunpoint, according to the Memphis Police Department on Facebook. After that, the guy did the smart thing and ran away, and the 2 suspects drove off in the 15-year-old Benz. It was a pretty standard carjacking through that point. The next day, things got weird. I don't know if it was a change of heart or the guys didn't feel uh, the need or didn't need the car anymore, but they brought the damn thing back and parked it right in the victim's driveway like nothing ever happened, the post said. This is absolutely bizarre and sort of hilarious behavior. At this point, the reason they stole and returned the car is between the thieves and God. N- no good deed goes unpunished, does it? Oh my gosh. Good day, ghostery. And yes, thank you, excited utterance. Yeah, I can't imagine why. Well, now what did you do, Dingleberry? Oh, you unplugged the thing. Hello, Jude. And in our last thing, we talk a lot about, toxic okay, some people, not me. I don't talk about this. But some people talk a lot about toxic masculinity, and I saw a post from Kaiser today about the relatively new Dungeons and Dragons movie, and he kind of gave it a pretty good review. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll let the boys watch it because I am sick to daggone death of there being movies. Uh, that I can't take my boys to because there's no heroes for them to look up to. Boys, men doing, really heroic masculine things, using masculinity for good, using their strength or power for good. So the fact that Dungeons and Dragons seems to be not like that might be it's better than watching Meg 2 for the 8th time, okay? The giant rabid shark thing. St. Jude's Children's Hospital researcher, gunned down while trying to, quote, defend his wife and toddler during armed robbery. So these two citizens, maybe, of course they are. They apparently attacked, but let's get into the article. But I really wanted to I wanted to put this up here because a lot of times men get dogged on, men get picked on, and this man sacrificed everything for his family, and he deserves at least a little bit. eh, Look, I'm a mouthy redhead on the internet, but I can at least honor him by getting his story out. A 23-year-old man and a 22-year-old woman in Tennessee have been arrested for allegedly killing an employee with St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, fatally shooting the 32-year-old man while trying to rob him as he walked with his wife and toddler. Marius Ward, the alleged shooter, and Brandy Rucker, the alleged getaway driver, were both arrested Monday and charged with a spate of felonies, including first-degree murder and especially aggravated robbery in the tragic slaying of Alexander Volkov, court documents show. According to the probable cause affidavit obtained by law and crime officers with the Memphis Police Department, at about 7:54 p.m. on Sunday, November 12th, they responded to an emergency call regarding a robbery with shots fired in the area of Tennessee Street. Upon arriving at the scene, first responders found an adult male, later identified as Bulkov, suffering from what appeared to be a gunshot wound. The victim was transported to Regional 1 Health in critical condition, but later succumbed to his wounds and was pronounced dead. Bulkov's wife told the investigators that they had been walking in the area with their 2-year-old child when a man wearing a black hoodie and a ski mask approached them, brandishing a handgun, and demanded their property. The victim gave the man his wallet. The man then pointed the firearm directly at Bolkov's wife and demanded more property, the police wrote in the affidavit. At this time, Alexander Bolkov, in an attempt to defend his wife, struggled with the male over the firearm. During the struggle, Alexander Bolkov was shot. You know what? Snake Island for the both of you. If convicted. Police obtained surveillance footage from the area showing the male suspect exit a white 2013 Toyota Camry with specific damage profile from the passenger side, walk towards the victim and his family before shooting the victim. The Camry had a missing rear bumper and severely dented passenger side door, and one of the rear windows was broken out and covered with plastic tape. Could you find a more findable vehicle? I'm I'm telling you, it's almost like you didn't have a little Calvin pissing on a Ford, you know, bumper sticker, for God's sake. I mean, you shoulda just painted it flaming damn orange. I have no chill with you 2 right now. You're lucky I am not your judge, okay? Let's just leave it there. Quote, several surveillance cameras in the area captured the suspect's Toyota Camry circling the area, making an erratic U turn and appearing to case for potential victims in the minutes prior to the murder, police wrote. Police on Monday, November 13th, located a Camry matching the specific damage profile of the vehicle in the surveillance footage in a parking lot of the Whitney Manor Apartments located on Whitney Avenue. Police watched Rucker and Ward get into the Camry and drive out of the parking lot before conducting a traffic stop. Ward was found to have a 9mm handgun in his waistband, and there were 2 were taken to the station for questioning. You might be right. It's either that or the center of the sun, though. Quote, Rucker admitted to being the driver of the Toyota Camry, watching Ward exit the Camry with a handgun in his hand and walking toward the area of Tennessee Street before hurrying back to the vehicle and advising her to flee the area. The affidavit states Ward confessed to being the gunman responsible for the murder of Alexander Volkov. Ward further advised that the 9mm handgun found in his possession was the same weapon used in the murder. St. Jude confirmed in a statement that the victim was a member of the St. Jude community per Little Rock, Arkansas NBC affiliate KARK TV. Quote, "We are deeply saddened by the loss of a valued member of St. Jude community. Our thoughts are with Alexander's family, and we are working to support them during this difficult time." St. Jude's Children Research Hospital said in a statement. A LinkedIn profile believed to be Burkhov's reportedly stated that he was a postdoctoral researcher at the hospital. Yeah, thanks for, screwing us out of a cure for cancer for little kids, you jackholes. Ugh. This pisses me off. In addition to murder and robbery charges, Rucker and Ward are also facing 1 count each of murder in perpetration of an aggravated robbery, attempted first-degree murder, employing a firearm in commission of a felony, and attempted aggravated robbery. Look, I'm gonna get real honest with you. The more we see these stories, and my guess is when we dig a little deeper into this, these people are gonna have just a host, just a armload, and look, I'm just guessing, I am not a betting woman, but I'm guessing these 2 will have an armload of criminal interactions on their list, and innocent citizens end up paying for stuff. But I do wanna focus on this gentleman. I don't wanna focus on them. Anywho, this gentleman did exactly what we have been whining and complaining and talking down to men for forever. He did exactly the most heroic, brave, self-sacrificing thing, which are all of the positive, attributes of masculinity, self-sacrifice. The stronger person puts himself forward as a shield, fighting for one's family, trying to protect one's family. And another man used his masculinity to steal, to be a bully, to try to take things that weren't his, to try to take the easy route. You know, look, you're going to have a choice. A lot of these stories have been about parenting and parenthood. And look, parenting is hard, parenthood is insanely hard. But my hope at the end of the day is that I raise young men to be the kind of men that would do this. Be the kind of men who would stand in front of and protect their family and not the other type of men. And I hope I raise my girls to be the kind of woman that both appreciates, supports, and acknowledges that there is a difference. Because we have an entire country of boys out there and young men that are lost and looking for something to look up to, looking for someone to tell them instead of, "Men are awful, men are terrible," you can use your strength as a shield. You can be a protector. You can but you don't have to carry all of this alone. You don't have to, you know, it there's just so much demonization of young men. I mean, the last movie that I saw a really good example of positive, honorable, protective masculinity, y'all are gonna laugh, but I'm telling you, Shazam 2 possibly had one of the most humble, you know, self effacing, sacrificial, brave, you know, examples of masculinity that I've seen in a long time in Hollywood. I did not watch Avatar. I will not watch look, my problem with Avatar is this, and I have a logical issue with it. I'm sure it was a beautiful movie, but dude who became the blue Smurf spider monkey guy, he was from the military. Now you're telling me that if you had experience with god awful humans and you realized we would probably be back at some point after kicking our asses off a planet, because you know us humans take no shit about that. He didn't advance the, blue Smurf monkeys, uh, weaponry and planetary defense in all those years. Look, look, I know Mr. Mo tried to tell me to let it go, but I was like, "I can't. It is dumb as hell." And then there's gonna be 4 other movies where the blue spider monkey people get surprised that the humans again come to be schmucks. I cannot suspend my disbelief that long. These blue spider monkeys keep kicking the humans' asses, but don't take any of their technology to protect their planet that seems to have all the magical substances in the entire universe locked down on this one planet. It boggles the mind. This is why Mr. Mo won't watch movies with me, because I'm constantly like, "This is wrong. This is wrong. This is terrible. I can't do this. I can't." You're welcome, AC's Wildflower. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll watch it. I'm just saying the the problem I had with it was simply that, again, you had guy from the military who realized that the military and humans are not gonna take a butt whooping lying down, and he went down to have a family, but didn't increase the resources on Panem or whatever it was, um, magical resource planet, knowing that humans aren't gonna take this butt whooping lying down. He's like, "No, we're gonna stick with arrows and spears, y'all. It's gonna be great." Oh my god, don't give them any ideas. And thank you for listening to Mo Explains Avatar too. James Cameron is gonna call. He's gonna be like, Ma'am, it's perfectly normal that they would think that the humans would not come back." Be like, "Have you met a human? Have you met a Scottish person? Have you met a redhead or a woman? We will hold a damn grudge and wait till you are sleeping, and then put some Nair in your shampoo, okay?" Or apparently, allegedly at this point, Visine and everything. You're right. Anyhoozle, that's just my thought. Those are just my thoughts, and it's funny how things have changed as I've welcomed boys into the world. Now, luckily not like Chunkzilla over here, who is super duper cute. I'm not saying he is not cute, but Chonks over here was 14 pounds at birth. Uh, so this woman deserves not only a medal, but needs to stay the heck away from her husband, who seems way too excited about the whole process. Well, at least proud of himself. So, that being said, I hope you have a wonderful evening. And reminder, there will not be a mornings with Mo tomorrow. I do have kiddos I have to take to wellness appointments, but there will be a Newsy News Nooner. And hopefully I will have it up on Rumble too. Don't forget, they named him, oh gosh, Sunny. They named him Teeny. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everyone, for watching and supporting. Please like and subscribe, and make sure that you are still subscribed because I guess people are. Look, y'all know YouTube's does the weird sort of reverse Uno magic sometimes, and you are unsubscribed. So if you happen to think about it, if your squirrels align, check and make sure you are still subscribed and share with your friends. We are also on Rumble now, and at Mo in the Deep is all just one word. I hope you have a lovely evening. Tell someone in your life you appreciate them if you do. If not, tell yourself you appreciate them. Try cricketing if you want to, but it involves feet stuff and then you will be a degenerate. So choose wisely. I am just kidding, y'all. Have a great evening. Bye, guys.